Good morning and welcome back to Carlton Cornwall Bowling Club for the second round action of the Bowls Auckland Centre Finals weekend. Our next match will feature Nicole Singer and Lee Singer playing Rebecca Brosnan and Loretta Ross, all four players from the Royal Oak Bowls Club. This is the 1 to 5 women's pairs final. The 1 to 5 pairs event started a bit earlier in the season back in October. And due to some scheduling conflicts and a couple of delays during that game, this final has been pushed out to the finals weekend. And we will be getting underway with Lee Singer and Lee and Nicole, mother and daughter combination, in the black Royal Oak kit, starting off this game. I'll again be joined by Peter Thorne shortly. He's just hiding in the corner, scoffing down some Subway. Didn't quite get the memo that we were starting on time. But the big man's got to eat. One of my hidden talents is being able to down a Subway sandwich very quickly. So Lee, Nicole and Rebecca are all members... oh, excuse me. Lee, Nicole and Rebecca are all members of the Bowls Auckland 1 to 5 representative squad, and all three of them played in the recent Battle of the Bridge fixture. Peter's just sorting himself out. So Loretta now with her opening bowl. This would be her first bowl on television. I believe Nicole and Rebecca have played a singles match on TV before, and Nicole definitely played a couple of times on... Oh no, actually they've played the Taranaki Open as well. They were in the runner-up team, I believe, a couple of years ago in the Taranaki Open, playing with Rima Strickland. And then of course Nicole has won the Centre Pairs event last year with Rima as well, and they're also into the quarterfinals tomorrow. So Nicole, a pretty successful young player.
Well, here I am, mate.
He's here. He's had his sandwich.
Yes, thank you very much, Loz, from give me a nice, healthy Subway. How nice it is here to see the two teams from the Royal Oak Bowls playing, and I think it's a credit to both of them that they've decided to wear our Club 2 shirts that are different so we can identify each player.
No, that was very much coordinated, that.
Yes.
Since greyhound racing is no longer a thing in New Zealand, I coordinated it this week, and we put a ginger bear on which team would wear which kit.
Yes.
And then sent the message through to say, please wear different colours.
Yes.
So I'm pleased to announce that I won myself a ginger bear.
Nice.
Incorrectly selecting which team would wear the black kit. Not quite the high odds of greyhound racing, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in for a cracker game here, Brennan, with the two girls here playing. Well, sorry, the four. Mainly because it's going to take at least 2 to 4 ends to find out what they could be doing. I think it'll be a totally different game than the last one we saw with the boys from Papatoe and Mount Albert playing with the attacking shots. The girls here, knowing them that they'll just be playing a lot of draw bowls at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, despite their short bowling careers, there's actually a lot of history between Rebecca and Nicole specifically. Finalists in the 1 to 5 year singles last year, Nicole winning that game. And I think on that occasion, just the pressure of the moment got to Rebecca. She played very well throughout the entire 1 to 5 singles event, and without looking it up, Nicole won something like 21-6 or something. It was quite a one-sided game, but all the way up to that final, Rebecca had played such good bowls, and then watching them play throughout, this season, and obviously my involvement with the 1 to 5 squad as a coach and selector. These two girls really will be the future of bowls in Auckland. Very good players.
Yeah, there's, you look at their different styles there, like being around has not been critical at all, but when you see the stance there of holding the bowl up high and basically I'll try and say something the next one, and it's not being critical. You see the smooth delivery here with her hand on her knee. It's a great follow through, and she's steering the bowl down. And to me, that's a very good delivery. But it's not being critical, but maybe somebody could get hold of.
Yeah,
You have a look at this here, and this is what I'm saying with the junior bowlers up there, and then she's got no brace on her knee, so that actually gives you a position where you can be more sturdier on the mat.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that to be horrible, but it just gives you more body control. But that tends to be her style. So
it's an interesting debate. So I mean, I grew up sort of come up playing bowls in sort of the early 2010s, and back then it was very much the New Zealand way, the Stew Butter formula, and it was very much a hand on the knee and your right foot's in the top left corner of the mat. And if anybody questioned why, it was because that's what the book says. But
yeah,
I'm pleased to say that
he's a good bowl.
The book's been thrown out the window a little bit, and now as long as it's consistent and you're getting results like that.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. To me, hers was a perfect delivery.
Yeah,
sturdy on the mat, and this is just in the 1 to 5. So, and they've got great futures for the game, and they are the future for our game, and this is what I mean is we could be seeing some big numbers here.
Yeah, I think that's definitely 3, the 2 purple bowls of Lee and Nicole's.
That's a good way to start. As I say, I was a bit late for that last game there where the boys got a 4, so here we go.
Oh, excuse me.
3.
Yeah, 3 to start.
Yeah. So I see that last game there, Brendan, that the team that Helen Blick was involved with, she got a gold star, so she'll be over the moon there, being the Bowls president of Auckland,
Bowls
correct?
Auckland president now.
Yeah,
Yep.
so she'll be thrilled with that. It's quite a big achievement. Some people find it hard just getting even a club title, and for Helen to come through and grab 5 on this nice sunny day, she'll be very pleased, and I'm sure she'll celebrate later on during the day.
Yeah, and even more special too. Jordana Franish, the playing third in that team, actually her first centre title. So quite a monumentous day for the Estelle Hickey skipped side.
They'll be friends for life after that. They might even have a little barbecue together or a night out to celebrate their achievement.
And let me just have a look here on my list of information. Because Estelle Hickey has quite a few titles, I believe.
Oh, she's truckloads. She's a well-established bowler, that lady.
No, she's only got 5, so that would be her 6th.
Oh, she's been around the traps for a while, and another event. She's made one major event, so as we say, it's a bit like Tio. People get quite surprised that what they've actually won and what they've won and done. So.
Cool. So we'll just get our scoreboard up and running. So 3-0 to Lee and Nicole Singer on the left-hand side of the board.
Yeah.
A very good opening bowl. Second bowl from Lee. Just going to run through a Linnell.
For the viewers and listeners here, they might think that's quite the bowls here. The girls are playing a little bit erratic, but we've just got to think that the girls here, it's called 1 to 5, so it's a period of in their bowling career that they've only been playing either 1 year up to 5 years at the max, and then after that they get put into the big fish pond and works out how good they really are. But it's great that any of these girls are reaching any finals. It's a credit to them.
Yeah, and you see it now too, as I mentioned just before, Nicole, skipping here for her mum. They both started at the same sort of time. And then obviously Nicole leading for someone like Rima, who's got a lot of experience, and being able to compete at what they call the open level as well. So knowing that whilst you may be a skip at 1 to 5, but then having that realisation to know that actually you've got to go down and play some good lead bowls in the open events and learn the game really makes the best 1 to 5 players
I think was it last year? Correct me. Just trying to put the memory bank on here. They actually played down in the Taranaki Open there, where they actually reached to playoff finals.
Yeah, I want to say it was the year before. So the year before they were runners up, and
That's
then I
correct.
believe last year they were top 8 or something.
That's correct. Yeah,
definitely qualified and got through to the pointy end.
So they know. Well, as the old guys say, they're no mugs, but they know what they're doing. So. They might be cons to the game, with the other ladies. They certainly get around the traps, and that's what's good about being a junior bowler, where when you are in that 1 to 5 year, you tend to go play nearly every weekend, where what tends to happen now when you get a bit matured in the game, you just tend to play in what you want to play in. But these girls, you'd find them on the track every weekend.
Every weekend, and there's always 1 to 5 events around Auckland.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah.
So much exposure to playing.
Yeah. Here's a good bowl coming in, and that just goes to show her ability here. I've seen her bowl over the years, and she's definitely one of the ones that could be in the up and coming. I'm not a selector for the women's, but I'd certainly be putting her up and getting the taste of the big stuff. Not maybe as a skip, but put her in the team as a lead. And because she's going to be around for a few years, and it's the old story of if she wants to be a top player, you've got to put yourself out there and play with the big girls.
Yeah, and there's so much potential. And look, at the moment, the 1 to 5 squad, because we've got so much depth in that 1 to 5 team, particularly, they sort of tend to play the 1 to 5s. We've actually given a few of them the option, do they want to move up into that development squad? And a lot of them have chosen to actually stay in that 1 to 5 space and really capitalise on their time.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Yeah,
myself.
and I sort of, part of me disagrees with it too.
Yeah.
I think for Nicole it's a bit different because, of course, her mum's playing as well, so there's that family connection.
Yes.
But yeah, we've got one 1 to 5 player that's sitting up in that development space at the moment, and she's starting to really pick her game up as well. And next year, I think we'll see a few more of them move up into that space.
Yeah, I think that's good, because I look at our sport in particular. It's got to be a bit like the rugby league and soccer and rugby, of course, where you're looking now, like I just give a reference here, like the NRL, where they've got 18, 19-year-olds playing up with the big boys now, and they've actually shined like anything. And that's what I say is, I remember years ago with some type of ability you got. Well, I only got to stay in the junior event for only 2 seasons, and Rowan Brassie and myself, we were always plonked up. And I think that's what makes you a better bowler. You're going to get knocked, but at the end of the day, it's for the future. You're not going to be a champion in 2 to 3 years, so you've got to do it's like an apprenticeship.
Rebecca under a lot of pressure here. She's 4 down, and it's a pretty wide open 4. Her first 2 bowls.
I think she's a bit narrow here, mate, is she? And this is where I say I think we're going to see some big numbers here. And I didn't want to predict the score on this particular one, but knowing them through their club play, the girls do have the measure of them at the moment.
Yeah, and of course the other thing that we won't go into too much detail on, but Nicole and Lee have come from an indoor bowls background as well, so that definitely holds a big advantage for players coming into outdoor, just understanding the game at its core. Obviously the skills and transitioning, you've got to put that work in, but understanding how to play the game from an indoor background is huge, and it translates across so well.
Oh, it's just great that they've been able to get some airtime here, Brendan. This is a big thrill for them in their bowling career.
Yeah, and look, I mean, as I say, the 1 to 5s really are the future of the sport, so it's great that we can be able to showcase them like this.
Well, it gives everyone a chance now to improve themselves and thinking, well, if we reach semis, there's a possibility we could be on the tally. And that was a 5 then, and that's what I was getting back. And it wasn't really a good 5. It was a bit scattered, but
plenty of room there for sure.
And I think this is where we've got to do our job as commentators, is to say it's either good or bad, and then it gives an idea to the viewers that we do know what we're talking about, because we do get some people saying, no, we're wrong hand, wrong shots, but I think sometimes is try to be honest, but not it's constructive criticism, and hopefully they will go back on board on this, and they'll think about chucking this jack again. And if they drop a 3, so they'll be thinking, yeah, we learnt from that. And it's like when I started off and I was saying about delivery, somebody may be able to have a chat with the girls, and these are little things to make them better. It's not knocking them, it's just trying to improve their ability as a bowler.
Yeah, and it's certainly the occasion too. So this would be the first time, I believe, for Loretta in a final, and then obviously to have that live streamed and broadcast as well is a whole new element. I was just reading her little survey that we handed out, and only in bowls could you list your achievements for titles won as first-year singles and veteran pairs in the same year.
Yeah, oh, definitely. But there again too, as we've I speak about it quite often. It's about the only sport that you can end up playing a gold medalist in, say, he's been in rowing or soccer, and he's been a top sports person, and then he comes to bowls, and you're rubbing shoulders against people you don't even know that are very well up in their own sport, and that it's the old story. It's called brother and sister bowlers. So we're all equal once we get on that square. It's not like the old boxing ring. You hit them and they go down, you want to do more damage. Here we're a little bit more gentle.
Yeah, and as they start to settle into their game, they'll start to claw some of these shots back. The trick is just to refocus and not let it get too far out of reach.
Yeah.
Win this end and they'll be on the right track to come
Oh
back.
yeah, I'm sure they'll come right, hopefully. But as I say, it's the criticism isn't pointed at them. It's just we're just trying to make them better bowlers.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, you lose, you win. God damn it!
Have another chocolate.
I'll have another go. You learn a lot more from the games you lose. So one of the key quotes that we're using this year in our performance squad, obviously we have this overlying mantra of find a way, but one of the quotes that we use quite often is we never lose, we either win or we learn. So the team that wins this match obviously is going to learn a lot as well, but the team that loses will actually take away so much more, not only about themselves but also about the game as well, and how they played it and how they approached it and what they can do differently in future. So huge opportunities always.
I'm pretty sure you'll have a few individuals agreeing with you, and you'll have quite a few that will disagree with that, because it's the old story. If you're out there, my philosophy is, and I've spoken to it numerous times when I have my little chats, is when you're out there in the square, sometimes we're out there at we've left home at 7:30 and we're there at to play our game. Sometimes we're not off the paddock till 5:30. I can lose gracefully, walk into the clubhouse, but once I'm out there, it's I'm there to win. And most of the guys I like playing with, they're not there just to be a semi-finalist, because whoever knows a runner-up, everyone only knows a winner.
Yeah, I mean, I have two mantras that I use when I play. One of them is patience, and the other one's unfortunately not broadcastable. So.
Yeah, that's fair call. I'm just looking at some of those other heads out there. The boys are certainly onto it. Is that a game? That's one out there. That's 6 or 4-0.
Yeah, so men's pairs semi-finals happening on the adjacent rinks. We have Marty Dixon and Gavin Brown from Royal Oak Bowling Club playing Nick Thompson and Mark Poser of Mount Albert. And then we also have Kevin Dixon and Dan Delaney playing Pene Panapa and Paleluka that we saw on the broadcast match this morning.
I liked old Marty Dixon's comment just when I was just coming in for lunch there. He said that old Nick and Mark played the B team of Galloway and Fisher. He said now he's got to deal with the A team. So I said, well, Marty, you know what that means. You've got to put your money where your mouth is. So it's...
I guess for those of you that don't quite get the reference, that makes up their national fours team, or centre fours team, I believe. Mike, Marty, Gavin and Steve Fisher. We're just going to make some technical changes in the background. We're going to get the company of Peter Thorne sitting next to me instead of across the room. And a better opening end from Loretta here. Just take that one bowl to settle down the nerves.
Here we go, I'm back on track. Oh, this is beautiful. I can see the whole screen here.
You can see the screen now.
I had a good view there, but I was just more or less looking out the window, and I think the commentary team were getting a little bit annoyed that I wasn't able to see, but they're doing a marvellous job in here. I just see there's was that Peter up there, one of the Auckland selectors looking, so there's always chances for everyone when they reach finals, so it's great to see the Auckland select here. I don't know if Bones is here at the moment, or
no,
Alison.
I haven't seen Bones. Alison was here this morning supporting the Carlton girls. I imagine she'll stick around, but yeah, obviously Peter was playing this morning, went down to Dandelion.
So is this going to grab the kitty?
Looks to be a little bit... No, she's turning.
Yeah, she's
done it.
Yeah,
great bowl.
Yeah, she's on fire, this girl, and I got big raps on her, and I think you've said it in the last two ends there that she should be sitting up with the big girls, you know. She's pretty well sun smart. She's got her hat on and the sun cream.
We need to get her a Bowls Auckland bucket hat.
Yeah,
I've got plenty of Bowls Auckland hats.
Well, I wouldn't
around.
mind one. The other thing too is the major sponsors is our mole.
Yeah, Mole Check.
Mole
yeah,
Check. So I'd like to put a big shout out to the Mole Check people there. That once again, thanks very much for your support for bowls. And without you guys, our sport would be struggling at times, and having events and getting the broadcasting team in for the help. So once again, thanks very much. And of course, don't forget to go get your Mole Check. Did I say that right?
Yeah, I think so. 22% off, I believe, is the deal for Bowls Auckland affiliated players.
So if we keep talking, can we get a 50% off?
Well, I had mine done, actually.
Did you?
Not that I felt like I needed it, but it was good peace of mind either way. Quite a simple process, very friendly staff here in the Auckland branch down in Epsom.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, although now they're reminding me to go back and do it again, so...
Right, yeah.
I don't think I've been playing enough bowls this year to actually warrant. I've been a bit of an office jockey this year, so I've got some bowls coming up maybe in February.
You've got to de-stress at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of we've been discussing. You know, I shouldn't. You know, the club. I'm a club member for the Royal Oak, but we've been talking a lot about our club shirts over the years, and we've been putting it out there that a lot of the players like wearing just say the one here now with the white and the red as a qualifying shirt, and once you reach qualifying the post section shirt, we've been using the
black ones,
the all black ones there.
Look, I think it's great that the clubs that have two kits, and you know, for situations like this, it's perfect for a broadcast point of view. But you see it quite often, like even Pringle Park, for example. They have, I think it's blue on Saturdays and white on Sundays.
Yeah,
it's great to have the different kits.
Yeah, nice. See, I like the way she's playing here. Every bowl's been getting corrected, so yeah. Yeah, it's good the girls all standing on the side here. The boys were a little bit more intense in their game. We're always told the males don't listen, eh?
Yeah, no, they never do.
He's a good track here. She's got the weight. He should be on that track here. Yeah, good bowl back there, better than mid-short. There's the Belcher boys all going home. They've packed their bags and homeward bound.
Yeah. No, every excuse under the sun. No, look, it was a good game, and you know, I spoke to Danny and Adam afterwards in the lunch break, and they sort of just said, look, you know, it was one of those games where it was close. There wasn't a lot of driving. There was good shot play. There were no kills, so we even commented it finished quite quickly. But on this occasion, just
I wonder if she's too heavy the way she's.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a rough one.
Steering that in, and it's a big thing for the ladies here. You know, as we spoke before about coming on the TV screen or the YouTube screen, a little bit of extra added pressure to them. they'll be hoping it's just not going to be a blowout. I reckon that's a beautiful scenery we've got here. The cameramen are doing a lovely job here with their work, showing the trees and the surrounds.
Oh, look,
it doesn't look so good, that back green.
That back green, it looks a bit rough.
But
you wouldn't want to be drawn on that one.
No, but I think you can see the club going forward and spending money on a renovation, so that's always good.
No, certainly one of the prettier clubs, Carlton, with the trees surrounding it.
A lot of history here. You used to see them. Used to be at the old Carlton club down there at Alphas Ave there, and you always used to know when the Carlton lads turned up, they were all in their blazers and they looked like bumblebees. It was black and white. They had a black blazer, and if you can visualise, every 2 inches apart was a yellow stripe going down them. But a very successful club over the years with New Zealand titles. They'd be one of the, I think it's Akahu Bay, Carlton, and the old Paratutu club.
Yeah, I was going to say Paratutu's got to be on that list.
Would be the most holders for New Zealand titles. So, and with them closing down up the road there, and then they've amalgamated here with, which was called
Cornwall Park.
Cornwall Park. So they're more amalgamated here, and they've gone from
it still kind of carries the Carlton abbreviation. Yeah. You get in trouble from certain members for only calling it Carlton.
Well, the trouble is, I could turn the clock back. There wouldn't be too many of the Cornwall Park people here that would still be with us, and that's no disrespect, because it was an old club
20 odd years ago, wasn't it? It was a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Here's a great bowl. That will give us some heart. Nice bowl.
And that's what they needed, just that one to settle the nerves.
Yeah. She's an attacking girl. She'll play up to that. A little bit tight, but that was the idea.
That's the one little criticism I think I have of Nicole's technique. You talk about how stable she is.
Yeah,
when she plays that sort of weighted intent, that back leg, you see it just swings around.
And that's where you go up afterwards. And even you say it in a nice way. I'm pretty sure after this event or after this commentary that they will go and look at today's play. And they'll be listening to what we're saying. And please, it's not a criticism. There's two good bowls.
Yeah, it's
good line. But they were there. Maybe they might go down to the club tomorrow and stand on the mat and look at that technique that we've brought up, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, they weren't really knocking us. It was just a bit of a."
And the thing is, it's not an exclusive. It's not exclusive problem either. Like, it's so many players, not even just juniors, like experienced players. Go for coaching for weighted shots, and the biggest problem they have is their balance shifts, and as soon as you shift your balance, the whole line changes, everything moves. You want to keep that platform as stable as possible, play through the shot.
That's either in the ditch or it's going out.
She's having a look. I think they'll be checking that up the other end.
We might get to see an umpire.
No, they called it out. So. The modesty markers, as I call them, have been positioned quite wide today. They're not usually that far off the centre line, so.
So we've got a little break in here. What's Auckland Bowl's got coming up, Brennan? It's to get the viewers in light. I see we've got the CEO out there, Dean, doing the barbecue.
Dean's on the barbecue, which is great.
Sorry to interrupt. Just for the viewers that saw that then, both of them have put the kitty out of bounds. So what tends to happen is it goes back on that T metre mark, which is, you'll see it like a T. They don't get the kitty back, and the person that's got the mat can pull it back to where they want. So sorry to interrupt there, just for viewers and people that are trying to understand why that kitty got chucked back in the first spot, and then secondly when it went into the ditch.
Yeah, so now Loretta will get that first bowl still as the winner of the previous end.
I look at this delivery here, it's just how she looked at the ground and then her hand come up.
Yeah,
but it could be a good result, and as you've said, that may just be the way they play. So,
and again, not to throw any disrespect out, but when you look at the three, I've mentioned already that the other three players on the rink are all in that rep squad. Loretta's probably the least experienced of these three, so still got a bit more to learn than perhaps the other three.
Like, this lady is a lovely lady. She is she's awesome. She's always up the club there, helping out, putting dishes or a couple of glasses to the left there, mate. She's a great club member. So
Yeah, and that's what you want, right?
She's doing herself proud here,
Yeah.
being in the final, and that's what I said. Some of these girls might never reach another one, and you know, that's the good thing about bowls. You don't have to be the best, but
Oh, look, it's every player on their day,
yeah,
right?
that's right.
And you can see she's starting to settle down a little bit. Bit of a wayward one there, but certainly you can tell that she's getting into the game a little bit.
See with the 1 to 5, we call them the junior bowlers. They don't seem to vary their mats or kiddies much. You know, they just tend to play one length at times.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is that lack of experience, and perhaps not quite understanding the mental side of the game as well.
That's what I like to see when coaches.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and at this level, you can actually have your coach there.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, we saw it actually in the. Ironically, it backfired, but we saw it in the 1 to 5 pairs event. Actually, they played. No, was it the pairs or was it the? No, it was the pairs at New Lynn. The Howick teams actually brought their coaches along, which I think is great. I'm all for that. I think, you know, having the players be there to ask advice of the coach. However, in this particular instance, I personally think it backfired because the players then become a little bit too reliant on the coach.
Yeah.
So it's finding that balance where you've got to have the confidence to back yourself, but it's nice to have that person there to support you. And if the coach is doing their job properly, which I know for a fact the Howick coaches are very good coaches, they're not actually telling you what to do. They're actually just reinforcing your own thoughts. You know, what are you thinking? What's the best shot to play? What happens if, you know, it goes wrong? But yeah, certainly it's something you've got to work with it, because it can equally be a disadvantage if you're not used to it.
Yes, I know. I've had that experience a couple of weeks ago. Stepping in and bits and pieces. It's quite hard. Just refreshing their memory that you know, telling them they are good placement on your mat.
Yeah.
You know, over puddles, what we had in a couple of weeks is how to get over that. And
Yeah.
they're the little things, but some of these other techniques that the coaches do is, I like their theories, but I just wonder at times, do they call in the right shots because of their experience themselves?
Yeah, and I think
it's like an umpire,
it's very situational, right? And it plays out a bit differently. So, I mean, for Battle of the Bridge, for example, I was coaching the 1 to 5 men, and I was very hesitant to interrupt. But if I could see that a player was in a tight spot in the game, I'd just stand there. And if the player was paying attention, they probably figured that I'd walked over there for a reason.
Bowls, you get a couple here.
Yeah, good result.
Yeah.
So the player would identify that I probably walked over there for a reason, but it was ultimately up to the player to ask. It's not my job as a coach to walk in there and say, hey, you should be playing this shot.
You normally get a vibe if they turn and look at you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You don't have to go walking up to them.
Yeah, and there were a couple of moments there, like I think back to one where we had our singles player 21-20, one down on the head, a couple of back bowls, and with his third shot he drove, and then he sort of walks up to me and says, well,
this is going to jump out in front of her.
She's going to grab that. Yeah. Needs to go all the way through. Yeah, she's done that very well.
Yeah, that's two shots. They're getting on the board here. Yes.
Yeah, having driven with his third shot, he comes up to me and says, what do you think? And I said, well, how was your miss?
Yeah.
You know, how did you feel about the miss? You know, are you confident if you play it again you're going to hit it?
Yeah.
What happens if you miss, or what happens if you get this? And talked it through, and, you know, just unfortunately didn't get the win, but it was a well thought out shot.
She must be close the way she's staring at this.
Oh, it's three shots
Three
actually.
shots.
That's a very good bowl.
What a great turnaround this is.
And this is the kind of end that'll get them right back into the
wow.
game. She's got so much. Oh, I don't agree with that. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that hand.
We could jump on that pretty quickly. I might be able to go back and see that. Is it replay or?
I mean, Rebecca's got pretty narrowed.
wide,
I mean, they've
isn't it?
both got narrow drawing bowls, to be fair.
It's a bit wide too, yeah.
I thought she'd have been a little bit better coming through that port there between the two bowls to sit the head. Trying to draw a blind jack there on the backhand is tricky. Not impossible, but certainly easier to play to what you can see.
It's got a good green here. Just depends on the weight.
So
We're
Nicole,
going to weather the front. We're not seeing the front.
yeah.
There we go. Get an edge and you're in.
Oh, she's
There
played
we
that
are.
very well.
Oh, wouldn't that rip
That's
the
a
90?
great shot. So
That would have given the girls back into the game.
Yeah.
Their hearts would have sunk then. But very fortunate to come off that short bowl. And it wasn't a deliberate short bowl. It was when the kitty got moved. It was. There's the crowd there. They're all building up here now. And see the Mount Albert boys having a bit of refreshments, a few waters.
yeah, sticking around. A lot of the Royal Oak crew have shown up to support as well. Obviously, they've got 2 other teams in the men's semi-finals. That might be worth a measure. It looks to be a bit short. So for those of you not familiar, the jack needs to be 23 metres from the front edge of the mat. They're not questioning it, so we'll carry on.
Now we're looking for the scores now over there. There's something 9-0 to someone over there. Is that Delaney and Dixon playing?
They've annoyingly flipped the scoreboards around again. Anyway, it's all right. Yeah, no, that scoreboard's the wrong way around now.
Yeah, Rebecca would have been very unlucky with that, just holding a good 3 to 4 shots there and coming off that bowl. The score would have been there 9-1, 9-4 then, so that would have given it a great encouragement to get back into the game. So somebody's 9-0 up in that game against Delaney and that, so...
Yeah, well, it seems they've flipped the scorecard around because our TV rink, they had the 3 on the top in the first end, and then they've changed it around. But rink 3, if it's the correct way around, it should be the Royal Oak team leading 10-0. And another very good lead bowl there from Lee Singer. And that's one thing you will see quite often from Lee is she's very good at getting that line consistently correct.
That's 2 good bowls there. It would have been nice if Mr. Alex Reid would have been spent a couple of 5-10 minutes helping us out here. And
Yeah.
But I see that you know he's got a big day tomorrow as well, playing in the semi-final with Colin and Harry and that. So he's putting his feet up, no doubt, somewhere. Maybe still in the clubhouse.
No, he exited stage left
Did he,
pretty quickly.
did he have Christmas celebrations
Probably,
last night?
no, I don't know. Can't I'm not sure.
He's doing a lot of work for Bowls New Zealand and that. So
Busy man.
Is this going to work? She's
This
got
is
a
a
good bowl.
great bowl.
No.
Just didn't want to finish.
Yeah.
So I know Lee plays with a dynamic.
Yes.
So that's sort of a narrower bowl from aero bowls. Nicole plays with the SRV, which is the narrowest model in the Taylor line. Rebecca plays with a striker, which is the narrowest bowl
mate.
in the Drake's Pride line.
Yes.
And I think Loretta's got SRs, which is a mid-bias bowl. We'll check in with some score updates in the men's shortly. We'll just let them get underway a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, we just get a few of them come through, don't we, Brennan? People wanting to know scores and that. And I know some clubs are playing their events today and catching up with things. So
Alex has just texted in, gathering my energy, watching the broadcast from the comfort of my lounge.
Oh, nice. Oh, here's a good bowl. She's done it again, you know. That's about the last 2 or 3 ends she's actually drawn the shot. There's John Carruthers over there with Danny Delaney. So he's come down from up north for tomorrow's big outing.
It's your team, isn't it?
That's my team sitting
That's
there.
your
They're still
team,
playing
yeah.
and I'm in here.
Yeah.
Oh, I just said you guys play the bowls. I'll just direct you.
Just come in and play the glory shots.
Yeah, the glory shot there.
Yeah.
She gets them away nice and smoothly on that angle.
Yeah.
Bit tight this time.
She's got a...
It's that narrow, of course, a narrow bowl, I should say that.
Well, yeah. I don't like the word narrow bowl, really, for the most part. I tend to say narrower.
That's, good green.
Yeah.
Just the weight.
There's nothing worse than someone that says, "Oh, I've got a narrow bowl. I don't need to take green." It's like, well, yes, you do. Every bowl turns.
Yeah.
Especially on a surface like this, you've got to get it out and give it a chance. And you've seen, oh God, that's a whole separate story. Anyway, you've really got to get it out, because we've seen that last sort of 3 to 4 feet is where the bowls are doing most of the work. So you've got to be around those shorter ones. I was just hating myself, because when I'm a very big critic of watching Australian commentary when they say chance. It's almost like a drinking game.
Well, at least with their chances, they play up through bowls.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's just how the Aussies play it.
Yeah.
It's very attacking game.
I don't know why she's not just following her down. To be honest, it's all over. That's why. It must be the shot. That's why. The purple bowl might have the shot, not the one at 1 o'clock. For the one at, say, 5, 6-ish.
Yeah, hard to tell from that particular
just
camera angle, but it does sort of look like Lee's got the shot. Yeah. Oh, no, hang on. What just happened?
Yeah, it's the purple bowl, I think.
We'll see who takes the match.
What's good at the moment too here, Brendan, we're not having to use stickers. At least the bowls are different colours.
Yes.
So we can say to the viewers and listeners, it's either the purple, the yellow bowl, or that brownish bowl. And
on this occasion, the lighter purple bowl.
Lighterish, yeah. Because sometimes when you are commentating, it's hard to see which bowls is which, and that's what's good with the Commonwealth and the World Bowls, is having different coloured bowls.
Yeah, it's a great change. From a TV point of view, it's brilliant to see.
I think it's a great change, but very expensive. Like for a nation like ourselves,
for the host
Tonga.
nation, yeah.
See, for Tonga, what we had to do when we go to the games, we've got to travel with 2 sets of bowls
for every player. Yeah. So what they did a while ago, and that's the other way around, by the way, production team. They've changed the scoreboards on us. So it's 11 to Nicole and Lee and 1 to Rebecca.
Yeah. Reverse. That's right.
Sorry, production. That's the players, not us. The joys of live television. Can't get it right all the time. I want to say it was World Bowls 3 or 4 years ago. Every country got assigned a colour, or a combination. I think that's a far better alternative.
Well, it's blue and red now. So
So you've got to have 2 sets. But whereas when New Zealand were assigned black, Australia were yellow, Tonga could have been red and white speckles.
See, but what was going to happen to us in particular with that, for the viewers and listeners, is when we went, we had to all have 2 sets of bowls. So what tends to happen there is they were about $5.80 Saudi with a discount.
Yeah.
So there's $1,000 per player.
Yeah.
So if we're travelling with a team of just say 7,
Yeah.
it
gets
that 14,
very expensive.
Well, for a country like Tonga or the Cooks or Niue or whomever, that there was like a $15,000 to $16,000 just on bowls before we could get there.
Even New Zealand, we're not the wealthiest country when it comes to bowls.
Well, I could go on about it.
I mean, short of England and Australia, there's not a lot of money in bowls in New Zealand. So it's a big financial commitment.
Well, it's like for the Pacific nations. You might hear me harp on a bit, but like even to get to go to the last Commonwealth Games, that was going to cost Tonga and our sports body up to $80,000 for airfares, accommodation, sets of bowls.
Yeah.
Now, and there's no disrespects to our players, and we have performed well now with medals. We have got a chance of getting a lot of subsidies now, but before that, not many countries could just fork out $80,000 to a bowls team.
Yeah.
And with the Commonwealth coming up now in 2026 it may be a little bit cheaper for us in particular, because we only got to get 3 sets of bowls.
Yeah, and back in
6.
Europe too. Yeah, that's an interesting move from World Bowls. I understand why they've done it, but
it's just to keep the sport going of Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm dribbling. Yeah.
We always want to see you know, a large representation, but I think anything is better than nothing, certainly.
Yeah. Here's the girls here, they're falling short there, so she knows what she's done. So, but at least it's giving Nicole an opportunity to draw now on and try and sit that
Yeah,
bowl coming
and I
down.
mean, you know, for Loretta, she's got one there, so that'll be good for her,
Yes.
crossing over, holding the shot.
Yes. Somebody's played a top shot over there, way old Mark's clapping, against the A team of the Royal Oak team. Then you got the other C team of Danny and and Marty. Kevin Dixon, which is Marty's brother. You'll see Danny's quite relaxed. He just sits back and sees what's going on. And here's a good bowl here from Nicole if she's up. She's just got to come through that port.
Yeah, found that little gap nicely. I think just
I
short
thought it
of the
might
shot.
run on a bit there, a bit more, because that's where the mat gets placed and it's a bit fatter, and so you get a lot more
Bit
running,
firmer.
we could say. The cameraman up there is trying to do a lot of work there and make us all get good views, which is great. Hope you don't fall off that ladder. That'll be health and safety.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be in the count too.
Yeah,
Yes.
good bowl from Rebecca.
Yeah, she's actually come right on a game, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Nerves of, well, I'm not saying she was nervous, but is that the ends up there too? I can't see.
Yeah, there it is at the end. This is the 7th end.
17th. See, he's put that little bit of beef on here, so he'll come home. We're here with her bowl.
That's a great correction.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Well, the first bowl had good
Yeah.
green.
I think we'll see Rebecca probably looking.
Well,
she
you
does
want-
have a bit of a weighted shot.
Yeah, but that's where you want, because she's got a nice narrow bowl.
Yeah.
You know, I know that, but there was that port just before we flashed
Yeah,
off.
yeah. It doesn't have to be silly weight,
Silly weight, and
but just enough to
yeah.
hold up under the yellow and
Yeah.
draw into the head.
And
Yeah.
I think that's the difference of not the experience, but where the men and the women play a bit more attacking.
Oh yeah, the men definitely see those. sort of
T.O. would have
opportunities.
played.
Oh,
I'm not bringing his up, but T.O.
Yeah.
would have come there, had 2 good seconds,
yeah.
and he would have played right through that port.
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah, that's not a men's women's thing. I think that's an experience, and
Oh well,
you see that. Like I always liken bowls a little bit to chess. You've got to see the opportunities. You've got to see, or pool, snooker,
That's
same thing. You know, you've got to see where the opportunities to score are.
and that's blocked a little bit of it,
Yeah,
but
it's still there. So one of the big things we've talked about in the 1 to 5 squad is we've used the phrase SWOT.
Right.
You know, strength,
Excuse me.
weakness, opportunity, and threat. And it's not always at the forefront of the players' minds when they're standing on the mat, of course, but being able to read the head and work out, you know, what's my strength, what's my weakness, where's my opportunity, and where's my threat. So in this instance, you know, whilst it might not be her strongest shot, playing that runner, she has a really good opportunity to sit that bowl through for 2 or 3, and yeah, I think this is a smart decision.
mate, I wouldn't be running up the
No,
green.
no,
I'd be
I'd-
wanting to
no,
save my energy, mate.
I'd be falling through it.
No, people will say we're trying to roll it.
Yeah.
See, I think she's calling that shot now.
Yeah,
It's hard to swing around those front bowls with weight when it's a long end.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't want, like, 1 down's a good result, but when you're 10 down on the board, it's not.
Well, you know, that's where I'd turn around and play more that shot through, and just hopefully I hit it square.
Yeah, even hitting your own bowl through is a good result. It's going to give yourself an option.
I don't like bringing up the Aussies because we're Kiwis the way we play, but that's what they would be doing. They'd be right up the middle of that.
Oh, I'd be doing it. It's not an Aussie shot at all. Yeah, I don't see where she's going on the forehand
Well,
here.
she's got to swing around it.
But even swinging around, you're not going to draw.
Well, she sees something.
Yeah, you're not going to draw 3 feet down to the caddy.
Tell you what, mate, she don't get wooded. She's got a good track.
See, that was again.
That's 2 down.
That's the threat, right?
Yeah. Well, you don't want to go promoting bowls when you're looking for shots.
No, and that's where I think promoting yourself on the backhand was a far superior shot.
Yeah.
Considering you also had the yellow bowl as second.
Yeah. Just go flying down the middle. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. Same colour as mine, my heroes.
Didn't quite catch that.
Yeah, 10-1.
Yeah, 10-1 looks like in Delaney and Kevin Dixon leading over Penne and Pale. And I'll see if we can't get across to catch the scoreboard down the far side as well.
Oh, they might hear us and start switching down further to the left.
Yeah.
One.
Looks to be a little bit narrow with this opener. Not going to. I don't know, as I said, it looked a bit short too, but no, it is going to roll out.
The way the green's running, hopefully it's running like this tomorrow, and we don't get rain, or the greenkeeper decides to give it a good soaking overnight.
Put your request in. I've got a funny feeling we're going the other way tomorrow.
Well, whatever, but just as long as it keeps its pace, because
Yeah.
you know, I just feel when you've got major events on that sometimes. You know, they get the water. They want to put the water on it.
Well, I mean, what's
great
that's a
bowl
great
here.
bowl from Loretta. What's good about today is, yes, it's warm, but it's also very humid. So there's actually, the green's not at risk of burning out or anything like that. So
That's the old story, mate. You know,
yeah.
there's not going to be any play the following week, and a lot of the greens now are going to be closed for the Nationals.
Actually,
And it's you know, hey, no disrespects to the selection committee on greens that have done for the Nationals, but Patrick said that they're not going to use their greens here. But hey,
Oh, really?
that's what he said. So hey, maybe they're using the green as a backup.
Yeah, look,
at the time where they had the green inspections, that wasn't available. So you know, hey.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and I mean, I'm part of the green selection process for Bowls Auckland.
Sorry.
No, for Bowls Auckland.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
you can. But having done a bit of time with Bowls New Zealand as well, I know for them it's very challenging because they sometimes need quantity over quality.
Oh, of course, yeah. But there again, too, and that's been the problem over the years, is when you do play in events and you travel, you'll hear the people from the South Island. We tend to get knocked a bit, but they don't realise our type of climate that we have got up here.
Oh, look, and I mean, anyone that knows me knows I've spent the last 10 years down in Taranaki where we're ridiculously spoilt for green quality, but even in the 2 years I've been in Auckland now, the standard of greens has improved
Definitely.
hugely.
Yeah.
You know, I was always well travelled, and I think back, you know, probably 5-6 years ago coming to Auckland, and it was just a lottery.
I'd hate to be on that green selection. Sorry to interrupt. You know, like Colin or whoever's doing it, because it's a thankless job. And what I was getting at with the people that do travel, they always say, "Oh, why aren't we using that? Why aren't we using this?" But hey, at the end of the day, I think for the singles in particular, they needed about 18 sections without the women in that. So,
and the other thing too, I think you've got to appreciate is that, you know, there's no such thing as a perfect green. I've had this argument many a times. There is no such thing as a perfect green.
there's perfect bowlers.
Oh, no, yeah, they tell you about it too, all the time. Yeah. So, and that's the thing, right? So it's, the game of bowls is obviously against your opposition, but it's also against yourself and how you adapt to the conditions. I mean, I've had days where, you know, you've gone out, you've played amazing, it's rained, you've come back out and you've not been able to adjust, and then fair play to the opposition because it's just suited them better or they've adapted and we haven't, you know, and that's the game of bowls.
Might be a bit wide for her, puppy.
Yeah. Looks to be going a bit quick too. You've really got to...
So what else is Auckland Bowls up to, mate? We jumped off that subject.
Yeah, we
just a little bit of a short break
we got
here while the
interrupted,
girls are into it.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously today and tomorrow is the finals weekend. So we've got men's centre fours and women's centre pairs. We'll see Nicole in that one as well, with Rima defending champion, of course. And then, we break pretty much... Sorry?
Mixed pairs too.
Oh, yeah. So then we
mixed
break for Christmas. So the office will be closed from the 20th through to the 27th for that week. And then we start up the Jarden Open 242 mixed pairs, which is probably our flagship event for the year. 106 mixed pairs entries, which is the most in certainly recent time.
Well, I think it's a good little workup. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is
and it's a good build
build
into
up for the Nationals. Yeah. So that's why I'm interested to see, and let everyone know. Here she comes again. She's got another great bowl here. 2 shots here, or maybe 3.
Putting bowls in good areas.
Yeah. Oh, bowls over always count. So so you got that, and then Nationals.
Leading into Nationals. And then I guess for Auckland we kind of take January off, so to speak.
Yes.
So Nicole's got a bowl back there as well.
Oh,
so
well.
it's
very good viewing there from the camera team.
Yeah.
Good overhead shot.
So we've kind of put a bit of a break in the calendar for July, for January. Sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously with Nationals, and then a lot of Auckland teams participate in the Taranaki Open, both the men's and the women's. So we've sort of identified that our players, value those tournaments. Great bowl there from Nicole. So we've kind of kept our centre calendar free to accommodate that.
Yeah.
And then we kick off in the new year with singles and triples events and bowls 3-5.
That was a great bowl there from Nicole. Oh, that's a good little insight to people that are listening, what Auckland Bowls are up to. And I must congratulate the CEO of Auckland Bowls being out there preparing the barbecue. And that's feeding the bowlers that have been here. And it's great that there was no charge. So that's been well noted. And at secondly too, I thought he was just taking a bit of a note off from Mark Cameron when he was squeegeeing the greens there out at Browns Bay in the World. So I don't know who's trying to do better, Mark Cameron or Dean. So, but I'll give my hats off to Dean today because he's here in the sun and doing his bit for this major event.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Well, then have a look at the purple one as well. So 1, 2. The singers.
Yeah, as you know, we've got we've got little breaks here. Thanking the old mould check again, for all their work, and we can't thank them enough. We've got to keep plugging the sponsors, of course.
Yeah. Oh, there's us. Oh, that's a scary sight.
That's spooky, man. I got to sit up for this one.
We don't want that view.
What's my best shot? God,
find the right angle. Production have done us dirty.
Geez, they're going to get a free. We're stitched up then.
Yeah, of course. We've also got Taylor Bowls on board this year as well. As another one of our commercial partners, Neelish and his team there. So we have an online discount code for online purchases. I want to say it's like BAK10, I think.
Right. I think just chuck a number, mate. I don't think people would know. Just sound intelligent. Never make it too.
Look, there's a Facebook post up the other day. If you want the info, but it's all on our website as well, and then obviously Blue Waters Community Trust there on screen as well. Done a lot for bowls in Auckland over the past 20 odd years, and then Jarden Investments as well. We mentioned coming up with our major flagship tournament,
I'll check here,
and a bunch of other different things that Jarden do for us as well.
It's great to see coming up on the screen too for the sponsors that are doing this. Yeah, as you know, I'm a bit involved with something coming up, so I've just got to thank Auckland Bowls what they're doing for us as well. So maybe that could be something else we can talk about.
Yeah, we can definitely get into that
later
conversation
on.
A bit later on.
Might get Dean in to have a quick chat.
Yeah.
I think that would be good, and I think it's always good to get the main man talking as well.
I think that was a WSL plug that was just coming across the table. Our broadcasting partners today. Yeah, no, that's quite an exciting initiative coming up. So I guess to give a bit of background, we sort of identified that our rep program was a bit lackluster, I suppose you could say. A couple of one-day events, and then obviously leading into the Intercentre in March. So zones 1 and 2 sort of sat down in a room and said, well, look, zone 3 and 4, which for those of you not familiar is pretty much Taupo and South. They run an octagonal where they've got 8 centres competing against each other over 2 days, and we sort of said, well, why aren't we doing the same thing? So we determined that in February we'll turn our one-day event into a 2-day event and run all 8 teams together, which is basically a mini Intercentre. And through various circumstances we ended up having 7 of the 8 centres commit to running that octagonal event. Yeah. Yeah, so 7 of the 8 centres committed to playing in that event, and it created an opportunity to fill a spot. So Bowls Auckland had a bit of a chat with some of the other centres and said, look, we've got an idea. We want to represent a Pacifica community and put in a team of Pacifica players, and reached out to Peter Thorne, of course, who looks after Tonga and does quite a bit of work in that Pacifica Bowl space, and we formed the Barbarians.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a great event, and just with the applicants that we had, it was pretty hard decision on. Well, I'm sitting down the next week or so and going over the team, so got a great initiative there that we've basically. Well, it's been put together a couple of years actually now, Brendan.
Yeah.
I've been trying to put this forward, and with Dean and yourself come to the party with the other centres there. And my personal view on it was if you're spending money with your centre and the centres coming up and you've got one team that's unavailable to play, you don't want to be sitting around doing nothing. So the idea come up about let's fill that spot. And once again, Auckland Bowls with their powers of be have come up and supported us, and not only that, their generosity has been well received as well. So I must thank them as well for that, Brendan, and pass that on. I was just wanted to see Dean about that, and yeah, there's some other things there too, because my view on that was, I'm certainly, as you know, I've been involved with bowls for quite a while now, and I'm pretty sure if I was that 7th team on the last game at, say, the Sunday at 1 o'clock, I'd be packing my bags and just going home.
Yeah.
So
no, it's great to have.
It's keeping everyone involved, and hey, I've already had a few people asking why am I doing this, but it's for the good of the game, and it's got to be good for it, because it's a big build-up for your inter-centre.
Yeah, and I think the way I see it too is, whilst primarily that octagonal has been positioned to be an inter-centre tune-up, as we see Nicole there, probably just out of the shot. It's a great opportunity, I think, and I use this term very loosely, but a lot of the fringe players that aren't quite in that representative picture currently have the opportunity to play at the top level.
Of course.
And I don't know who applied for your squad. We sort of stayed out of that part of it, but there would be players across. We sort of opened it up to counties, North Harbour, the Greater Auckland. There'd be players in that squad that probably have never represented their region, so it gives them a really cool chance, I think, to play at that top level, to see what it's like, and then obviously give themselves an opportunity in future to perhaps play for their centre.
Well, we have got a couple of good ex-rep players, because we don't want to be seen there as the slaughter to the land,
no, of course,
basically.
no.
So we've tried to make it a competition to play against the likes of Northland, counties, and the Bay of Plenty, and that, and give them a workout. And just let them see what level they're on and what they need to adjust to play certain shots or have results to go their way.
I mean, you're also like, the side becomes a dark horse because they will be underestimated.
Well, they will be, and that's what we want.
But that's what you strive on, right?
I think you may have seen me brought it up. I've talked about it before. Sometimes you tend to play the level of the opponents you're playing against.
Yeah.
Like if it's wild heads, it becomes a wild head. But if it's tight, it brings the best out in the players.
It looks like it's going to be one there. I think it'd be one to the yellow bowl. Oh, I think it's the yellow bowl.
I'm not too sure what's going on. I lost count. Just so excited about what's going on. But no, just getting back. And it's just a little bit of insight into the bowls, what all the bowls are doing at the moment. So that's all pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I suppose outside of that Pacifica space, a lot of work coming in term one with the rangatahi and the youth engagement. The introduction of the under-26 peers coming up next March, which is going to be branded as a national event. We're hoping to attract some of the country's best there, and then obviously loop in a bunch of college students from around Auckland. Plus we've got some after-school events happening as well, so we're really covering our bases in terms of getting new players into the game, and then also the representation of our community as well, and celebrating our community.
Oh, well, 8 ends, we're halfway basically.
Yeah, so we've got a stranger poking their head through the door? Yeah, I am talking. Hello. Jess, the club manager here at Carlton. Oh, Dobden. So some updates from the other two games. We have 13-4 to Thompson after 8 ends, playing... oh, hang on, that's not right. No, sorry.
You want my glasses, mate?
Oh, sorry, this is just what happens when cricketers try to send you bowl scores. 13-4, I believe, to Martin Dixon and Gavin Brown over Nick Thompson after 8. And then Kevin Dixon and Dan Delaney 11-1 up after 8. Although that looks now 13-4 as we can see on screen. So
we could
looking like it could be an all Royal Oak final.
Oh, I never say that.
Oh no, hang on. No.
Could be wrong, mate.
I've just had a message. 15-4 to Thompson.
Yeah, it's the other way.
No, their scoreboards might be around the wrong way. Hang on.
It's not you, Brendan. It's someone's feeding us.
Oh, look, I'm being fed dodgy information.
I think someone's setting us up, mate.
So, the message exactly as it reads, 15-4 to Thompson after 10, 13-4 Penne after 10. So, it might not be an all Royal Oak final.
That's what I mean. So, you hold horses.
Hold all tickets. Yeah, I've just had someone tell me Papatoi's winning. That's a good
It's going
bowl.
to sneak in. Here we go.
Yeah, very good finish.
European's going to run. No, it's the shot.
That'll be the shot.
That was a loose end there by the girls. So I don't think the wind's come up. It's just a little change of a length there. I feel that may have got them on that one there.
Yeah, slightly shorter end, I think, to what they've been playing.
How's her bowl coming this time? She's played some lovely bowls, you know, really.
Yeah, she's played... This one's just not going to quite turn back for her. She's played a very good speed.
You never know if it drops.
Bit of a soft indication there. Not quite sure who has the shot, but plenty of room still.
It's not an edger.
Yeah, definitely a bit wide.
Sneak around, you'll be in the count. She drops.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
spot.
that should be another one. That's the shot.
Yeah, the shot.
She's telling her to slow down, but she could sit on something here.
Just needs to turn.
Yeah, she clunks on here. She's got the shot.
Yeah,
well played.
that's in.
Good weighted bolt. Well, I think next time, mate, we'll get some good cheers, eh?
Yeah, no, these ones aren't designed for...
not for us midgets.
No. Definitely need a wider seat,
Oh,
that's for
what
sure.
a great return. Whatever happened there. What a great return.
I think Rebecca's still holding the shot there, though. Now, if Rebecca misses this, there's probably a really good opportunity for Nicole to be aggressive.
She's going to come off the bowl again, is she?
She doesn't want to turn her own out.
She's going to... Oh, what a great shot. That's two great
I
bowls.
still wonder if there's a genuine opportunity to drive that.
Oh, no, she wouldn't drive because she'll take those two out. Just play a yard to it. She's got her back bowl over there sitting roughly at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just a yard to it. Don't go crazy when you're 13-2 up.
Keep the pressure on.
If you're drawing well, you just keep
Oh,
going
yeah,
for it.
look, I mean,
you know?
yeah.
If she runs this
Tell
out,
you what,
she's got a honey.
she's actually not far away. Just going to pull up.
Great effort.
So one, I think, to the Bronson and Ross combination.
That's the one, I think.
Yeah, that'll pull the measure out.
It's a sticky measure.
Yeah. Quality Taylor Bowls product. Plug the sponsor. Oh, that was interesting. What happened?
I think she's trying to say that the back bowl was in. Was that one closer? That one's closer. It's only one.
No, two. They've taken the shot bowl out, I think. Oh no, it was Rebecca's shot. Right, sorry. Yeah, no, just the one. So 13-3 after 10 ends. We've got 8 to go. Remember, there's no time limit for the final. Not impossible to come back from here. Plenty of time. 10 the difference with 8 to go. Plenty of opportunities, and what's been good so far is, outside of those opening ends, they've now just got down to singles. So even when Rebecca and Loretta are dropping ends, they're only dropping ones, recovering after that rough start. And this is a pretty tidy opening bowl from Loretta. It's not going to come all the way back to the centre line, but no, actually, it proved me wrong. Look at that, turned all the way back in. And Lee's done very well so far this game of getting bowls past the jack, so she'll be disappointed with that one. Going to take a whack. Good weight. We'll see her come up to the head. Better bowl this time from Lee. Turning down nicely, needs to stop. Finds herself in a good spot though. Resetting. Just watching Loretta there. From a technical point of view, probably just needs to stay down just a fraction longer. You see her lift those shoulders up, which generally tends to cause inconsistency with the weight. It tends to drop bowls short because you're not getting through the swing as much. However, I see she's also using a lifter, so you kind of wonder if there's any long-term injuries there that might prevent that, but she does get down quite nice and low, but just being able to hold that down a little bit lower would greatly improve her consistency as we see Lee take a filthy slide off the short bowl. Wobble its way in for shot. It's the sort of one you just have a single golf clap and a slight head nod and look the other way as you walk up the green. You don't want to be too proud of that one. And that'll more than likely see Rebecca now switch onto the forehand to the left side of screen as we look at it now. Nice little opportunity to play just an arriving draw weight, sit the bowl or bring the kitty around for two. See in the background there, the Carlton Cornwall Saturday afternoon roll-up crew have arrived. Pushing them onto the carpet green this afternoon. Very good surface, that carpet green though. Very good job from Tiger Turf putting that one down. A lot of very good artificial greens around Auckland now. As again we alluded to a little bit earlier, it's almost becoming a bit of a requirement with the inconsistent weather that we have here in Auckland to be able to have those carpet greens. And our umpire Gerard there, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Taking something off the green. So Nicole just looking to sit that outside yellow bowl at 3 o'clock. And again, we sort of talked about it earlier about chasing the jack. That's one of those instances where overplayed the shot there just a little bit. Didn't need to be that heavy. Just playing good draw weight would get down to the head where she needed to be. Whereas I think for Rebecca that was the right kind of weight. She just needed to trust the bowl was going to hold on that tighter line. Out of the hand, that looked like a good correction. Bit more composed. And you see there she's got the weight really good. Just going to hang out. Fresh bottle of water. Thorny returns to the mic with a full bottle of water.
Full water and
nice cold.
It was too.
Oh, geez, mine's actually getting quite warm. I might need to go and refill mine.
I was just filling up and I just see that fortunate shot there where she come off that bowl and there was 3 down on the first. So
I believe I used the word was filthily. Filthy.
Oh, I just see the boys from Papatoe are clawing in front there of Danny and that by about 5 shots. So, and I think
good bowl here from Nicole. She's got the speed. No, it's just going to die into that short one.
Marty's in trouble.
So one to lead. So 14-3 now with 7 to play.
There's that 2 ends. There's 2 ends out of the park, so that's they've got to pick up some big numbers.
Yeah, they need to start scoring. We're what 11 shots, 7 ends. They need a couple of twos, really,
just to get themselves back in there and keep everyone. You go outside there. There's a few people sitting on the sides there watching it. It's not on the screen, but the score over there with Danny, that's actually 14-8 after 12 ends. So Delaney is behind.
Yeah, they've had a bit of a comeback though.
Yeah, the Papatoe boys are in front. So, well, what a remarkable year if something does happen. I'm only just saying something here. If they collect the centre pairs. I know these got a long way to go, but they've won the Oceania gold medal, so that's no mean feat for a season for them.
Yeah, but certainly riding the wave.
Of course, and I'm just talking. I'm not saying they are going to reach the final or they're going to win a final, but it's just just something to commentate about. Just hanging a bit there, aren't they?
Yeah, I do think the breeze has just picked up ever so slightly out there. Oh, there we go. I got a bit of the crowd there.
Oh, there's more down the other side and more up the other side. So,
yeah. I think, as you said, all the Royal Oak fans are sleeping in for tomorrow to come and support your game.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
They'll be watching at home on the broadcast today.
Feet up.
Yeah.
pull up a bit short, I think. Oh no, here she comes.
Yeah, right kind of
That's
line.
the shot.
Just needs the speed.
Yeah, well.
Definitely a good correction from a previous delivery where it held out there.
I like what Rebecca's just said there about just keep to the Nicole. Sorry, keeping to the one hand. Then she'll go down and play the other hand. It's not going to be blocked.
Yeah.
So if this just drifts in, she's got a good bowl.
Even a little touch on her own is going to put it in a good spot.
Weight would have been good too.
Yeah. But as you say, it keeps the other hand open for Nicole now.
Yeah, she just comes down. Nicole will come down herself.
And if Loretta puts something in the way, it's not as bad to play that through rather than trying to promote one of your own.
Hand like that, it's over. A little bit short. Yeah, that's a nasty bowl actually. Oh, it's...
I think it's far enough short. It's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, but I'm not too sure how front that last bowl of...
Oh, a bit more of the crowd.
Yeah. Enjoying the sun. It's good to see the club members turning up and having a roll up. That goes to show the greens aren't closed for everyone.
Yeah.
You can still have a little roll. She's going to follow her down, eh?
Yeah, it's always good to see, the club members playing on the green around the centre events. I really encourage it, actually. I think it's a great to celebrate the whole community and get everyone out there playing. It's what it's all about at the end of the day. Obviously, some of the more competitive players get a bit upset when the corporates come out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but for this kind of thing, it's good to have the other green going, and just the background noise of other bowlers, I think, is really good. And I think the boys in the pairs final will appreciate having that kind of background noise as well. There was an instance a few years back.
Would you be playing inside this yellow bowl to try and sit that bowl?
See, my bowls would draw around that short one. I'd be quite confident in drawing that shot myself. But to your point, yes, you can play underneath and sit there for 3 or 4.
Yeah, I just wondered if she was going to play that.
Sort of looks like that's her intent there.
Yeah, she's just got to work.
I'll tell you what, she's not far away.
She's just got to work. I would have played that with a little bit more
Yeah,
weight.
just needed a little bit more.
Because if she would have been, her bowl would have been over, and she would have been quite happy playing with a bit more weight.
Yeah.
I'd still go for that.
Yeah.
Look, if she takes it out clean, she gets 4-5. Oh, she's got nothing at the back, unless this bowl gets thumped back. Yeah, I'd go for that, honestly. Go back, wait to the tee.
Yeah, you
Get
trail,
half a slide.
the jack through clean. You don't know if you'll get the bowl square, but
go. Yeah, I don't want to be playing that palmy weight as I keep talking. This is no weight. See,
yeah,
that was
in between. It's an in between shot.
That was negative. She'll be very unhappy with that bowl. She may watch the commentary later and feel like I should have been right up to that. She had nothing to lose. That's another end ticked over, and
yeah, and I think Rebecca would have probably wanted a bonus bowl there.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely needs to be scoring numbers. Like the one is good to get the end, but
one's just like you
need to start closing that gap. I was just saying around the other green being in use, we had it was a Taranaki Women's Fours final, probably going back 5 or 6 years actually, and I was playing at Paratutu. We had our men's peers that had played on the Saturday on the top green, what used to be the women's club. And then they had the finals at Paratutu, and we actually asked the ladies in the final on Sunday morning if we could use the A green. They were playing on the broadcast rink. It was being broadcast. It hadn't been that long ago because they were broadcasting it. But we sort of said to them, look, can we go play on 6 and 7 and then have our final on 5? And the ladies were all for it. They thought it was great because there were 2 out-of-town teams playing, so there were more people watching our club final than what was watching the women's fours. But it was a brilliant atmosphere, and the ladies just loved having the men on the green, and there was a bit of life, because you know what a final of the fours can be like. It can be very dead. And it was all good. The players were all happy, and then unfortunately someone in the crowd decided that, it's a tradition, we can't have that. And so it ruined it, unfortunately. But
what a great opener here.
Yeah, great opener from Loretta. And it's just a shame when sometimes when tradition gets in the way, because I think innovation's great for the game, especially in that kind of sense. It's not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of clubs closed down, because they didn't want to go with the times.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, look at the game now. There's not a single white shirt on the green. Well, I mean, red and white, but, you know, how good is it? I love watching the corporates roll into Mount Eden, where our Bowls Auckland offices are, and everyone looks like they're dressed to go play a game at Wimbledon.
Yeah, there's some fancy stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember years ago there in the Teachers' College, we used to always pop there for a drink, and Donna Cross was involved there, which she always provides great meals, and, well, just her hospitality is always great, you know, and yes, that place used to rock, all right.
Yeah. Oh, it still does.
I think it'd be about one of the only bowling clubs that has security. Used to have security on their door, because they used to have 150.
Yeah.
The teachers. It was a teachers' training college there.
Yeah, right next door. Yeah. We don't get the teachers partying that much these days. I think they're a bit more liberal.
Well, they could have been.
But no, certainly a very big club for corporate functions nowadays.
That club's got a lot of history. Did you know that club there? It was actually called the Mount Eden Combined Services. It was like the RSA, and not only that, it was one of the greens around there where it becomes synthetic, but it was black rubber.
Yeah,
green.
black rubber. Yeah, there's still even today. There's still parts of the old black rubber green, because whilst it was well before, I think I did play on it before it changed, but
it was that there was so hot.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable. And in the other days we used to have to play in whites.
Yeah,
and you'd used to your hands, and you used to put them on your knee.
Yeah,
you'd go home. You know, in those days we didn't have shorts, and you're going for the nappy sand or whatever, and soaking your pants. It was.
Yeah, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the green was like 12 or 13 rings wide or something. It was
huge,
very wide.
Yeah, and they used to take the green. It used to take 2 greens, and
the
other days with standard weight. That's a great return for here, and it's gonna
great shot from Lee.
It's another way of just dropping a 1 if need be, or Nicole can go up and play a shot.
Yeah, so they've got a new green gauge at Mount Eden now, but you can still stand around the green and see the remnants of the black rubber. A lot of history there.
But that's good, you know, like changing, and as you say, some clubs didn't want to change with the times and they've closed, but at least they're going places, and they get a lot of, well, like most clubs now, that if it wasn't for the corporate of the bowls, some of the clubs would be closing a lot more.
Oh, and I mean, look, you know, Mount Eden is very much one of those clubs. Membership is sort of down compared to a lot of other clubs in Auckland.
You look at their facilities,
amazing facilities, and they're running corporates. They can be running 3-4 corporates a day. They really pump them out.
It sounds like we're giving them a plug, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I remember Donna used to, when done the catering there, and when they first started off, was the barbecue. You could bring your own barbecue, and they just hire, say, $45 for the gas bottle.
Yeah.
So people that couldn't afford the kitchen or whatever, they could bring their own meals.
Yeah.
So
well, it's certainly not a plug for this year, I can promise you that, because they're full. But get in very early for next year, I could say.
Yeah. That's actually a very good bowl there. Because she could get a squirt and could go there. But she wants to play that a little bit more weight now. So I think this is the difference sometimes where the men get a little bit more aggressive, you know, or 2 shots, and I know they're only, I'm not calling them junior bowlers, but the less experienced. So you could play the squirt here. Yeah,
and again, it's that vision, and I think Nicole will see, again, with that indoor background, that she can afford to be a little bit heavier into this head. Jack movement's going to be in her favour for the most part.
That was the weight, just too much weight.
Yeah.
Too wide.
But too much green,
Too wide.
Yeah, very good speed for the sort of shot she wants to play. I mean, the other option is, of course, you can actually play forehand drive, big weight.
Could
squeeze the jack straight through back for 4, but I mean, you risk killing it, of course, but you're not going to be any worse off, because if you're wide and hit Rebecca's bowl, it's no harm. If you're narrow and sit those 2 out, you're still going to be 1 down. The jack might even squeeze. But yeah, really big forehand shot. You get that kitty through clean. But again, that comes down to the vision and experience. I see some
calling shots too. Who's quite going to call the right shot?
Yeah, I see some bowls being put away in the background there. I think that's Dan Delaney and Kevin Dixon's day over.
it in.
We'll see if we can get a final score from that one.
She's seen something here. It depends where it's going to squirt,
I'll
mate.
tell you what, if she sits that yellow bowl without touching the kitty, oh, that's not a bad result,
Oh,
actually.
man. Well, that's more definite play the bowl through now because she's got 2. I'd go right at that.
Yeah, definitely look to
Yeah.
play weight through that bowl. Sit there for
Yeah.
2.
She's got all the backwood. She sits there, she gets... I think she's got her on the draw, you know.
Oh, the camera operator's getting a bit carried away there.
She's just going to draw the way she's lining up on the map. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, she had all the back bowls. I can't understand. Well, she's
No.
going to draw the shot.
No, she's going to get caught up.
Well, that's a no-no.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that.
I'm very surprised. You got 3 back bowls and you're holding 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'd have thought the purple bowl's definitely a second,
Yeah.
a counting shot.
So-
no reason to be short there.
Yeah. That's a little bit more aggressive there.
And again, it's 1 to Rebecca and Loretta, but
Yep.
they're needing a multiple here somewhere very shortly. What are we now? 9 with 4 to go? 5 to go.
Oh.
5 to go. Yeah, well, it looks like it was 19-8 after 13, and I'm guessing hands were shaken.
Yep.
So I would predict that Penne and Pale probably dropped into the 20s.
Yes. Oh, that's 2 big scalps.
Oh no, as I say, very much riding that wave of momentum at the moment.
Oh, well.
Means we'll see them again on the TV rank in the
Yes.
final. Have I missed an end somewhere? 14-5. After 13. Yep, that's right. Yeah, and then last we've heard, Nick Thompson is leading his semi-final. Very good opening bowl again from Lee. For the most part, she's had very good control of her length. And a pretty handy reply here from Loretta as well. Yeah, very good bowl. Hear a bit of crowd in the background there, cheering that one on. You know, while the scoreboard looks like it's a bit of a blowout, they're actually not out of this game. It's just going to take a good opportunity, and they're right back in it.
Oh, they get a 3 or something like that. That's what you got to start looking at.
Yeah. And yeah, good from Lee here, just making sure she's reaching. Sits her own bowl through, by the looks of things.
Yeah. Still got to slow down, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely quicker with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, don't want to hit that.
You need to follow it down sometimes, you know. You're giving your ball more of an opportunity to try and sit a ball than trying to dead draw it. So, well, I suppose she's just quite happy just playing one hand all the time.
A little bit more aggressive from Lee, looking on that title line.
You're not up, mate.
Again, I'm not really, like as much as I say,
Wait.
as much as I commented a couple of times that, Taiki playing those shots, I'm not really a huge fan
Well,
of
that's
doing it.
where coming down, sitting the yellow one.
Yeah.
You get half the kitty, you're going to get 2 shots. You could even play it real clean and
Yeah.
get 3. So
Yeah.
that way there is, even the way the yellow bowl's sitting there at 3 o'clock, you've got to play a precise bowl. You've got to give your bowl a chance and reaching, and if it's over, it's fine. I'll be very surprised if she doesn't go and try and play that shot. Well, that there's a very good cover bowl, but
Yeah, it's a good covering bowl.
you still got to play that shot and get down to it.
Yeah,
You know,
Nicole on the
I've seen
backhand.
some of her shots at the moment. She's just falling that tad short, playing a reaching shot. You know, and this is more promise.
This is close.
This is what you want. You know, she touches that, she's fine. Look at this.
And I don't want to play devil advocate, but you notice where her back foot was when she let it go.
Yeah, and that's
Kept her balance, played through the shot.
You know, and that's the shot to play. You know, as we spoke before, is maybe she just kept her on that hand so it wasn't blocked, just in case she has to go out and play that shot, which she has. And that's maybe the shot that last end what she should have been playing.
Yes, yeah.
You know, you're going to get a slice of heaven here. Look at this.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, you can't give the shot away. Just draw around that front bar that her last bowl. That's it.
I think she's pretty safe out there.
It's pretty safe.
Certainly risky trying to play through everything on the other hand on this particular head.
If he draws another one here.
But really anything jack high here is going to be a good result.
Well, it's going to be 2 shots, won't it? There's two great balls after a run shot.
I think she's just out of the count, but she's put it in a very good spot. Because Rebecca's got to be drawing tight under that hand.
She's got to follow her down. Follow what she just played.
You reckon?
Yeah. Sit the green bowl that's just been played. That's the shot. The back bowl. That played through a yellow bowl.
I just question if she's got enough draw to get around that shorter bowl, that shot bowl.
I'd just be playing her for the back bowl just to sit it. You know. That's what I keep on going on about. I like a bowl that you're going to be able to sit in small percentage than dead drawing. See, if she sits that green bowl, she's played a good bowl. Okay. That's the idea. See, pops back up. She got the shot.
Oh wow! There we go.
Sorry.
Hey, that's all right. I've been humbled.
No. Still a lot of room to draw it, but that was the hand to play. You know, I'm not just saying that because I said it, but if you've got a bowl that's going to jump out in front of you, I always say, you know, it's good. She's played this tight.
Yeah.
Unless it hangs around.
Yeah. I mean, I just the only reason I didn't sort of like that shot is knowing that Rebecca's bowls don't turn a lot. They are that slightly tighter
It's a
striker
measure, so
line.
we, you know. Oh, it doesn't matter. You know the story, mate. Sometimes we call the wrong ones, we call the right ones. You got these people that will be sitting at home, you know, armchair critics saying, "No, what are we talking about?"
Us commentators don't know what we're on about. Yeah, she got it.
Yeah.
Well, one to Peter Thorne and Rebecca Brosnan.
That's only one in a day. But I
Yeah.
just see shots as I keep on harping, especially when you're in the junior movement. Jack level bowls would normally, so you make yourself play over. You play your percentage, not just trying to dead draw shots.
Yeah.
Play yourself into shots. You know, I know bowls is drawing, but the way we play the game now, you've always got to play the shot before them. I'm a firm believer. Even if you're holding shots, sometimes you play the shot before them.
Yeah.
And then you're not. If you're going to trail a kitty, it's going to go with it, and you're not going to go down bundles. Hopefully, unless you ditch weight.
Yeah. And a short jack here.
Well, Poser and Nikolai, they look like they're in the final.
Yeah. As I understand it, Mark's actually a junior as well. Fifth year bowler, I think.
Fifth year bowler that plays bowls in his sleep. He breeds bowls. He loves bowls. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if after this event, win or lose, he'd go back to the club and have a roll up. He loves his bowls.
Oh, I don't know about a roll up. I think he'd go back to the club and partake in some other social activities.
He'll have a couple of waters, but he'll still play. He likes his water.
he's got the family here today. I saw them floating around, sister and
Oh, they're all there, yeah.
niece.
Yeah,
Sorry,
and
yeah.
you've got the Zoran. They're
Yeah.
pretty well supported at the club, you know.
Yeah. And again, we spoke about it earlier in the day with Tio making the move across. It's that culture at Mount Albert that they're really building.
Yeah, you can't forget, but with at the club there, they've got an old trooper there, mate. He's a very good friend, and he's been around the traps, and everyone knows Nick Resevic. Like when he moved out of the Hillsborough area, he went up there and played at Mount Albert, and his sons and most of the whānau all went there, and as you know, there's a few Croatians there that play, and you only need one or two players to go to a club to build it. And I take my hat off to Nick. Going there and just his influence with the players and his family being there with Niven and Vince, and not only that, they're all pretty well supportive. And they've got a good president at the moment with Nathan. He's very proactive in getting the club going, and if she doesn't get Woodard, she's getting another good bowl here. It's just been those ones that they're letting them in for, isn't it, just at the moment, so it's sort of like dragging it out a bit. It's not the prettiest of heads we've had so far, but I think that's due to the shorter length. That's those ones I keep on saying that look so easy, but they're quite ugly. Get around that, you'll get another shot, girl. Yeah, you only got to work. No, wait. Wait was perfect.
Yeah, just hanging on that wider line too, eh?
Yep. It's just that shorter length, I think it just puts them off their line. Like before, it was pretty well. Well, this will be one of the first events I've been to in a long time we haven't called an umpire.
Yeah, I don't even think I've heard an umpire call. Yeah.
Normally at this level, as you know, Brendan, that they give up their time, but the players know if it's in or out.
Yeah,
in tight measures, you know.
Yeah. Especially in
they
the
do a
men's
great
event
job,
too.
but you know, at this level, they'll sort themselves out. There's a good bowl. How's this one looking, mate?
It's a top bowl.
Yeah.
So that'll be a couple. And you sort of start to get the feeling.
But this is where I say is again, you know, only got weight just to sit the back bowl. And, you know, she did it last time, so it's the same object. Just when you start dead drawing, you always sort of tend to fall short. But it's like giving your bowl a chance and then playing to the head.
Yeah, and you do sort of wonder now.
Well, she's on a good line this time.
Yeah,
how's her weight?
No, she's going to pull up again, I think.
And that's exactly what I was saying is, you try and dead draw, you fall short.
Yeah.
So give your bowl a chance.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of option to sit Nicole's bowl for shot there.
Yeah, sit the
you
bowl.
don't need to be shy.
The jack jumps out in front of you. You know, it's all something to play for.
Change of hand here. This is a bit of a safe play, I think. But again, holding a couple, take the score 16-6. 17 if she sneaks. Yeah. Didn't need to be drawing the shot with that one. So 16-6, 10 the difference, 3 to play.
Oh, well, they might score on this end. I think it might be.
Yeah, I think this is getting to the point now.
A point of no return, viewers and listeners. What tends to happen if you're, it's like mercy. If they can't catch you, you just shake hands and say thanks very much and go in the clubhouse and have a few waters.
Well, yeah, I mean, 1 here would be 11 the difference with 2 to play. I think at that point, 11's a big ask when you consider the context of the game.
They need 2 5s just to be in the game.
Yeah.
They haven't scored over 6 in the last 10, 11 ends. So.
No, I mean, yeah, they'd need to double their score, well, more than double their score.
So they could be just playing down to their bags now, or is it the ditch?
And the other little thing, which I guess we can probably not going to get in too much trouble for mentioning, we're kind of just toying with the idea at the moment of having a silver star. So it used to exist back in the day. And we're playing around now, just probably look at bringing it in next season officially, but recognising those juniors that have had quite a bit of success. And, for a long time the junior events were mixed or any combination, and now we've got the women playing separately, which was a big initiative to actually get women playing, basically giving them an opportunity to show that they're good enough to play, because so often you see women going off the front of a mixed fours team. And then obviously at rep level they've got that experience and ability. And Nicole at the moment, probably one of the top performed juniors. She's currently got 2 junior titles, winning the singles and triples last year. So she's probably looking to lead the charge as potentially the first female to win that 5.
How many years has she been
I want to say she's a fourth year player, so she's definitely got
Well,
another
she's
season
in
or
great
2 in
chance.
her. Yeah.
So they actually after 5 events, they would be a silver star basically.
Yeah.
So that's a great incentive. And,
and we've sort of been a little bit generous, because obviously you've got your 4 events every year. Singles, pairs, triples, fours, and then we've also included the interclub, 1 to 5 interclub, and the 1 to 5 bowls through 5 as well.
Do you think if they're successful and they're in a winning fours open team that could be accredited as their...
Well, I mean, to be fair, that goes towards their gold star. So, yeah, I mean, I understand your point, definitely.
I just saying, if people will be asking.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, no, I think the open titles count towards your open titles. Apparently back in the day it used to be 3 titles, but there were less events on offer. And if you won your gold star, it counted as a point towards your gold. If you won your silver star, it counted as a point towards your gold star, or something along those lines, which to me seems a bit ridiculous. But no, I think it's good when we can acknowledge people's success in any way. And obviously there's a lot of opportunities in juniors, and
I just like any type of recognition myself.
Yeah. I think of it a bit like the Grand Prior Award and cadets kind of thing. It's the ultimate achievement.
Yeah. Any type of certificate, medal or trophy, and it would be nice if the grandchildren come over and they could see something on the mantelpiece. It's quite a it's prestige and a little bit of an honour. They may never ever get a chance to play in anything and be up there in that elite. And at least they've got some type of memory, and that's what it's all about with bowls.
Yeah, because I know when we started experimenting with introducing this, we looked at the current 1 to 5 players and sort of went back 5 years and recorded all the results over the last 5 years. And there's 3 or 4 guys that have got stuck on 4.
Yeah.
And a couple of them are still active, and they'll be looking to get that 5th. Like, now that they know that it's potentially going to be a thing, and even if it doesn't become a thing, I think just that to be able to say, look, I won 5 titles in 5 years is a huge achievement.
Of course. The other thing too is I'm a bit of old school. Like I still like a little bit of a presentation with a rep badge. The other thing is too is we used to have it nowadays. In the day was you always wear blazers. Then I'm just turning the clock back. You had a blazer, but underneath it would say you're in gold, and you got your badge, and it said you're an Auckland rep. And It was a bit like in the Nationals in the day, you know, you got a pocket badge.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got a pocket badge and it will say on it that New Zealand champ. And then if you're fortunate enough and you've won a few, underneath it they've got like 19, I'm just saying the dinosaur stuff, 1997. And yeah, it was good. And you could go to your prize giving, you felt a bit of honour. Here's another
Great bowl from Rebecca.
Played some crunchy bowls at times. Yeah, and little things like that. I think it's great for the game. And, or, you know, the days then you used to get a nice certificate and it was properly, what am I trying to say, the sign writers were there. And
calligraphy and all the rest of it.
Was really done. Now, in no disrespects, you get a piece of blinking A4 paper.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing.
It is, you know. I mean, and I think sometimes we need to bring that back a little bit more of the old days of, you know, what it actually means.
I mean, I'm a very different generation. Obviously, I sort of look at certificates as potential clutter, but I'm still quite proud of my one that hangs up at Paratoot for my couple of centre titles that I've won. The club obviously get their copies and celebrate it. Whilst I don't have it up on my bedroom wall, I know it's up being
I'm regretting
displayed at the club.
I'm regretting what the ones I got because I never got them because I was in my era I was the brass myself. We were only 19, 20.
Yeah.
And a certificate didn't mean much. But
and I think that's perhaps where I'm at too. I started playing bowls at 12, 13.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of paper, you know. Like you don't really think about it. Yeah.
And now my I shouldn't say my kids, my children and that. What have you done? I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I even had to ask Alex Reid something not long ago. I was actually involved in the time in the era where we had Super 8s.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and I didn't even know anything of that, and I had to, because it was just a memory then. And
see, we were quite fortunate in Taranaki. We have Grant Hassel that just
Grant would know, you know.
Yeah, the walking encyclopedia of bowls. So you don't have to remember stuff when he's around.
I've got a great memory of the Taranaki Open, and I don't think anyone will ever do it again.
What's that? The draw?
The draw, 25 all after 25 years.
Yeah.
And do you know the thing about it? I can sit here and say it. They asked us to come back the next day
and play again.
And play 3 ends.
Oh, really?
After we'd played 12 days. Now, what do you think of that?
Yeah, that was...
Guess where they found us?
Yeah, not there.
You're dead right.
Yeah.
Level 10 at the Tasman Hotel.
Yeah. So that's a big cheer there. I believe
somebody's played a great cheer.
No, I think they've scored a 3.
Oh, awesome. So sorry for the reminiscing, but it was just a little break. And
there's a very famous photo of our patron Kevin Hickland that pops up every so often of him playing in the rain at Paratutu out there on the old A green.
Well, that was what we were talking about. If they're going to keep into this game here, girls, was to score a big number. Yeah,
and that's what they needed. So 2 ends to go now, 7 the difference, and it sort of looks a bit more realistic now.
It is. And that's the biggest, I'll reiterate that. I think offhand that's their biggest score.
Well, they've only scored singles.
Only scores, yes.
Yeah.
They haven't done a 2 and they've come up with a 3 and it's a good time to get it, a 3 of course. So that gets them right back into the game. If they get a 2 here, she's all on. 3 even. So hold on, viewers and listeners. Oh, it's not badly played, you know.
Not too
Just
bad.
gotta hold. No, she's got a bit of wheels on.
Yeah, just the speed.
I think we're all hoping now we'll try and get a great grandstand finish up.
Yeah.
Brendan.
Oh, everyone loves a grandstand finish.
Yeah. Well, realistically, it could be our last end. They need to score on this end.
I think it's a credit, though, to Rebecca and Loretta, to be fair. They were probably rocked by those first couple of ends, you know, finding themselves,
definitely.
9-0 down. They have settled into the game.
Yeah.
Not always had everything go their way. Nicole's played some great shots there with her last bowl.
Do you think it's time we brought back 21 ends and then she would have a chance? I'll get the ball rolling here.
Look, trust me,
upset a few people.
I am very much an advocate of the longer games. You know, I play my Taranaki card too often, but they certainly do things very traditionally down there. The 25 end 4s and 21 end. But they generally play 21 ends for 4s.
But I totally know
25 for the Open. You know, and they play things over 3 days. They play Saturday, Sunday, and the following Saturday. Whereas, you know, here in Auckland, great shot there from Lee. Here in Auckland, it very much seems to be, you know, day 1, day 2, finals weekend. You know, and it's a different way. People's lives are busy. Auckland's a very different beast, of course. You know, an hour from Mount Roskill to Howick is very different from an hour from New Plymouth to Harbour. You know, driving 100k the whole way.
I just at the stage now. I like the format now, as if, you know, because of the situation you're saying work.
Yeah.
Where sometimes over the years we can play our centre events, and it's no knocking because we're all for time.
Yeah.
But I like this format where if you've played in, say, November or October, you're finished by Christmas. This type of event. But I just find it hard where you play your event in, say, late October, early November, and you don't play till April.
Yeah, so last season we had that, where people were playing in October and then not finishing till March. This year we made a conscious effort that we're going to have 2 events before Christmas and play the finals.
That's the best way, because as you know, I was involved with one of that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so,
you know, it was just like a 6-month planning, because
exactly, from a logistics point of view, players have to make themselves available. It gets very hard. So this year we said we're going to have 2 finals weekends.
That's brilliant.
It does take a week away from clubs, which is always a big conscious concern, but it gives us an opportunity to have these 2 events, or in this case 3 or 4 events finished. The only 1 to 5 event left now is the singles, which will be played in February over the rep matches actually.
But talking about that, sorry for jumping in, because the game may finish shortly.
Yeah.
Just have my point of view on this particular one is what tends to happen now. Clubs have all got some type of artificial green or undercover. Like you look most around, I think in Auckland alone now, we've just increased our facilities for synthetic or undercover.
Huge.
So what I'm trying to say there is you could basically play these events. You say you take a weekend over. If you look at other centres, how they play, a lot of them play during midweek as well. You know, I think we're about the only centre that just play during the weekend.
Yeah, a lot of, I mean, without getting into too many politics of my role, but we get a lot of pushback when we suggest midweek stuff, because, you know, Auckland traffic is crazy.
Oh, well, that's what I say. You try and get people to train in Auckland teams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, like we do our 1 to 5 rep training squads on a Wednesday, and we've got guys arriving from 4:30 because they can finish work early. And then the later guys that finish at 5 are struggling to get there by 6.
Yeah.
You know,
this particular shot here, I see it on the opposite hand, and getting a slice off the just say that the bowl there sitting at 11 o'clock, and it's going to come half to this back bowl over here.
Yeah. No, I do agree.
What she's playing now, especially when you're looking for shots there, Brendan, you got to be a bit more forceful than just trying to dead draw.
Yeah, and trying to sit the shot over is.
So I'd be just playing a bit tighter.
Yeah.
Plunk onto something, and then the kiddie coming back. You know, this trying to dead draw at this stage, because they need at least a 2 to make the game a bit more interesting, and they're laying 3 down, I'd say. Where if you're playing something up to the head, just see what happens.
Well, they can't drop a shot.
No,
but yeah, in order to be a realistic chance, they want 2 or 3.
Yeah, go searching.
I mean, there's an option there to play, you know, ditch running weight on the backhand, potentially work off the teal coloured bowl of Nicole.
That's the shot I'd be playing. More looking coming for a half edge on it.
I think she might be looking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is
the shot. This is the shot. She's just a bit wide. Yep. Great effort. Yeah, just go to the back. Don't fatten it.
Yeah. Leave it right alone. Any score here is match in hand, really, isn't it?
Yes.
Make the opposition play the bowl to win the game. Well, not win the game, but keep themselves in it.
Well, just get numbers.
Yeah.
You don't want any bowl. That's it. That's a good.
Yeah, nowhere near it.
No.
Good spot.
Well, here we go, Gil.
Third and fourth shot. Yeah, I think you just got to back yourself to play that again.
Yeah.
You're going to leave Nicole a bit of space to draw a shot, but you've got to be in there.
We've cribbed some time, haven't we?
Well, yeah, we have actually made up some time. We'll be starting well before 3 o'clock, that's for sure.
Here we go. In or out?
No, she's rushed herself on that one.
She's a bit too much weight in that.
Yeah.
Well, there we go, viewers. It's very hard, two club members playing each other, but it's been played in great spirits there, so I'm sure they'll sit inside now and have a few waters and look forward to the next game then, Brendan. I'm not too sure if you'd like to tell the viewers when it's going to be.
Yeah, so men's pairs final coming up next. It is scheduled for 3 o'clock, but looking at how we are, I would be ready on your screens for 2:30. Just in case, because if we can get the game underway a bit earlier, we probably will. And we'll be back to see Nick Thompson and Mark Poser playing Pene Panapa and Luca Pale in the men's centre pairs final. But congratulations to Nicole and Lee Singer defeating Rebecca Brosnan and Loretta Ross in the 1-5 women's pairs final. And we'll see you again shortly.